What's going on, YouTube, fam? This your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story. It's a lot of twists and turns in this case, so y'all try to keep up with me. For the day one, fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. Let's get right into the story. In life, even as adults, some people wake up every day searching for guidance and answers to help navigate their journey. Whether you read self-help books to help you figure out how to be the best version of yourself, meditate to become at peace and one with your body and mind, or like most, find a religion and something to believe in to help you stay sane in this crazy world. For most of us, it starts as kids. Your grandmother or mother dragging you out of bed on a Sunday morning, they head down to the church house to go see Sister Teresa and them, the deacons, elders, and most importantly, the pastor, to hear the word. Some individuals take what was instilled in them since kids all the way up until adulthood and hold steady to their beliefs, while others get more in tune with the world around them while trying to understand the meaning and purpose of this thing called life themselves. Whether spiritual or religious, it's all for the same end results: to try to live a good and fulfilled life in hopes of when you leave this earthly body, our souls will go to a better place. But even in the big book, Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth, it tells us to be aware of man and the false prophets, because we all sin and fall short. And when you put your faith in man, who also has flaws themselves, things can go left. And on this episode of Hood Tales, we'll be taking it to Kalamazoo, Michigan, to discuss the case of a man who snapped after suspecting his girlfriend was having an affair with the pastor. Back in 2017, Anaya was a 23-year-old young woman navigating life in Michigan. Described as outgoing, genuine, big on family, and more importantly, a helper to people. The beautiful young lady had a lot of passion and was excited about life. She left her family behind in Muskegon Heights to go attend college in Kalamazoo, where she enrolled in Western Michigan University. Always smiling, dancing, singing, and in good spirits, people gravitated to Anaya. It wasn't hard for the young lady to relate to almost anybody, coming from a big family with 8 sisters. Another big part of Anaya's life was her beliefs in church, as she believed in the word and community. Her church home was Second Baptist Church on North Road Street in Kalamazoo. She joined the choir, got along with all the members, and on one fateful day, even met the soon-to-be love of her life, Donovan Lewis. Just like Anaya, Donovan seemed to be on the right track in life. He also attended college, Kalamazoo Valley Community College, where he played basketball and seemed to have a bright future. Everybody that came in contact with the young man described him as pleasant, respectful, and all around a stand-up individual. What really caught Anaya's attention though was Donovan himself was also big on church and his beliefs. As the two grew closer, they formed an intimate relationship. Anaya loved Donovan and he was crazy about her. Even though the relationship was serious, they took it slow. She had her own apartment, but Donovan didn't rush to move in and stayed with his grandmother. The pastor of the church at the time was a man named Pastor Strickland, who came all the way from Mississippi to be the head of Second Baptist. He seemed like a good man, a beautiful wife and kids, big family, big on values, and preached about morals and the proper way we all should be living. The 35-year-old man seemed to have it all together, and Anaya and Donovan enjoyed the sermons. Anaya a little more though, as she seemed more into the church. Going on church trips, meeting with the pastor, and big on her role in the choir, Donovan at first paid the situation no mind, until he noticed Anaya driving a car and wish she didn't have one at the time. Asking his girl like where that came from, Anaya simply told Donovan the church and the pastor. Finding that to be super nice and giving, he just brushed it off. But after finding out Pastor Strickland was sending Anaya money, paying her bills from time to time, Donovan felt something was off. When he spoke to her about it, Anaya let it be known the church had a community fund in which they helped members in need. Feeling like it was a little inappropriate, Donovan again took it on the chin. In June of 2018, one summer night, Donovan headed over to Anaya's apartment. The young couple decided to have some drinks and to kick back. When in the mix of the conversation, church came up. Donovan asked Anaya flat out, was her and the pastor having an affair, in which she denied. Feeling like something had to be up with the situation, Donovan went through her phone, where he found text messages of the pastor telling Anaya about the quiet trip, all expenses paid. But the text that stood out the most was the pastor telling the young lady, I'm trying to give you the best, you feel me, of your life, and you running from it. Feeling like that crossed the line, Donovan told Anaya to tell him what was going on and don't lie. As the young lady told Donovan nothing, they were just messages, he didn't believe her at all and snapped. The next day, Anaya's mother tried to get in contact with the young lady, but she got no answer, even after multiple attempts. She felt something was wrong when Anaya's friends and co-workers started calling her, asking had she saw her daughter. Feeling like if anybody knew where Anaya was at, her mother called Donovan. The young man informed her he was at the apartment a few days prior, but hasn't seen Anaya since. Concerned, she called local police to file a missing persons report. Police went to Anaya's apartment. At first, everything seemed normal, other than liquor bottles on the table, until one officer spotted what he thought was some blood and noticed stains on the carpet. While thinking something could be terribly wrong, officers notified the homicide department to take over. They brought Donovan in for questioning, being that he was the last person to see Anaya. He stated they had a few drinks and talked. He claimed the young lady had informed him she had overstepped some lines with the pastor and she had blackmailed him and was threatening to tell his wife, in which that upset the man. Donovan claimed to see text messages, and even though he was mad, he stated he let her know it was okay and left shortly after. With no evidence, police let Donovan go before going to talk to Pastor Strickland. He told the police about him helping Anaya, the car, expenses paid, and claimed it was all a part of the church's program to help members in the community. Pastor told detectives he would never hurt the young lady and asked about the car, which they told from Anaya's apartment. It came back registered to the pastor's wife. Other than inappropriate text messages, police had nothing on the man. He let it be known Anaya and Donovan was having problems and her boyfriend didn't approve of her involvement in the church. A few days later, Donovan made a post asking for forgiveness and telling everybody he was sorry. And anybody that was looking up to him, he apologizes for letting them down. Finding that suspicious, detectives headed back to talk to the young man. Donovan started confessing to the last night he was with Anaya. He let it be known he was highly upset the pastor was paying her rent, sending her explicit messages and photos, even giving her a car. Donovan believed Anaya was lying to him. When he confronted her, he told detectives she denied it all. This led to the man putting hands on her, knocking her unconscious. While she laid there, Donovan stated he felt so betrayed, he made up his mind he was going to take her life. He grabbed a knife and slashed her neck before putting her in a suitcase and driving to a creek. With a full confession, police asked Donovan to take them to Anaya's location, in which he did. They found the young lady just as he stated, unfortunately already gone. As Donovan was taken into custody, charged with first-degree slaying, assault, and other charges, it left the community in shock. People that knew the young man claimed the demon must have gotten inside him because he didn't seem capable of something like that. But Anaya's family felt different. Her mother spoke out, claiming Donovan was jealous and the couple had issues, but she never thought it would end like this. As a celebration of life vigil was held for Anaya, people danced, were singing, and wanted to remember the young lady as she was, vibrant and upbeat. But a few days later, something crazy would take place. Donovan escaped jail and was on a run. His successful escape was short-lived though, only an hour, in which he was rearrested and now charged with new charges for escape. As the case made its way to court, Donovan chose to cop out, and Anaya's family accepted the deal so they wouldn't have to go through the pain and hear details about what happened to her. Even though he apologized, her peoples let it be known it was a coward move, and he took someone precious from them. They stated while his family could still visit him in prison, Anaya was gone forever. The judge sentenced Donovan to 25 to 40 years in prison. But after the fact, the question remained, what was up with the pastor and Anaya? A 78-page report was published revealing details on trips, the car, church finances, and the inappropriate messages he sent to Anaya. But no evidence of an affair never came out. About a year later, though, him and his wife were both arrested. She worked at a high school, and people alleged the couple was paying young men to come over, and things happened. The charges against his wife were dropped, but the pastor again had inappropriate text messages between him and a few people. The court offered him a deal for seemingly always taking advantage of the people who trusted him. He had a lot to say and felt like, because he was the head of a local chapter of the NAACP, that they was targeting him. He denied the allegations. Part of his deal was he wouldn't have to register as an offender and could stay off the list, but serve 1 year in prison. As of now, I believe the pastor and his wife are still together and living in Mississippi. Rest in peace to Anaya. I send my prayers and condolences to her family. We gotta watch who we trust out here and look up to for guidance. It's a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing, and they prey on vulnerable people. Donovan was out of pocket for his actions, and if he felt that way, he should have just left Anaya alone. But I could see how the young man would feel played and betrayed, which is no reason for taking a life though. Pastor was out of order for using his position for selfish reasons, even though he already had a wife. But I'm gonna leave this one open for discussion. I wanna hear from y'all, fam. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the situation. Leave it in the comments. And remember, we gotta succeed, not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Yeah, man, crazy story. Rest in peace, that young lady. But I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. This another episode of Hood Tales. This your boy Tony 2 times. Love, fam. I'm out.